Specifically, I'm standing along the sunken road, also known as Bloody Lane. This battle was fought September 17th, 1862, and is the bloodiest day in American history with around 23,000 casualties. The battle will start over here to our northwest around the Dunker Church, Westwoods, and Miller Cornfield. Union troops under General Joseph Hooker will attack the Confederate left flank held by Thomas J. Stonewall Jackson. Now, Jackson does not have all his troops. Some of his troops are down at Harper's Ferry besieging that area, as there's a Union garrison there. And Lee, the commander of the Confederate Army, does not want that in the rear of his army. It makes retreat if he needs to retreat very hard to have to go past that army. So Jackson's troops are down there, save for the few that he has here. The fighting will go back and forth from 5:30 in the morning till 9 in the morning, and during that time, one American will be shot every second. Another reason we can call this the bloodiest day in American history. Fighting will finally come to a lull, and it will shift here to the middle. Holding the middle is D.H. Hill's Confederate troops. They are going to be holding this sunken road. Now, this sunken road, as I said, will become known as Bloody Lane due to the amount of casualties and bloodshed here in this roadway. Union troops are going to come across these fields, and the fighting is going to be heavy and intense here. Finally, Union troops will come around and they will get onto the right flank of the Confederates, and enfilade fire. They'll be firing straight down into the Confederates, will cause them to retreat. As they begin to retreat, the Union forces are starting to feel that they can win this battle. They start pushing hard. General D.H. Hill is going to get pockets of soldiers to stop the tide of blue coming their way, as well as the artillery here on the hill, where General Longstreet is going to start manning the guns with his staff, holding the Union forces back. Finally, the center will be secure, and fighting will move all the way down to what's known as Burnside's Bridge. We can't see it from here, but down there is Ambrose Burnside. He's been waiting for quite a while to attack. He has not gotten the orders. He finally gets the orders to attack. Facing him is 400 Georgians on a hill with about 12 cannon. Lee only has about 3,000 men at this point that he can move. He only had 30,000 to begin with against around 80,000 Union troops total. Lee's trying to shift reinforcements over there, but it's a slow process. The Georgians are able to hold back the Union troops as they have to cross the bridge, which is only 12 foot wide. Burnside has to take his entire force across that bridge. Finally, he will send the 51st New York and 51st Pennsylvania across the bridge. They will secure the bridgehead, and they will start to move up the hill. As they do so, they will push the Georgians out, and all that's between them and the town of Sharpsburg is the Confederate cannon. It looks like a major Union victory, although coming from Harper's Ferry is General A.P. Hill from Stonewall Jackson's corps. Hill is going to make a mad dash here to Antietam, and he is going to save the Army of Northern Virginia. As he comes up, he is going to attack Burnside's troops and push them back. The fighting will then go to a lull, and the armies will set and look at each other for the next day. There will be some artillery fire. What comes out of this is the first battle that gets photographed. The dead are photographed on this. Andrew Gardner comes out here to the field, and he takes pictures of the dead soldiers. I believe it was a gentleman in the New York Times said that Andrew Gardner may have not laid the bodies at our doorstep, but he did something very similar by taking these pictures of the dead. This is something the American people had never seen before. On top of that, Abraham Lincoln uses this as an opportunity. This is a Union victory. Although a tactical victory, it is a Union victory. Therefore, Lincoln uses this to issue the Emancipation Proclamation. He had been waiting until a Union success. This is that success. That will change the outlook of this war. It will now not just be about preserving the Union, but also freeing slaves. It also does the thing of keeping foreign intervention out of the Civil War. Britain and France are not going to come in on the side of the Confederates now that this is a war against slavery. This battle does a lot of things. This is one of the turning points of the American Civil War. If you have never been here, I encourage you to come here. By the time we leave the Bloody Lane, we're at 17,000. By the time we're done with Burnside's Bridge, 23,000 casualties. So, very important in American history. That is a quick, brief overview of the Battle of Antietam. Definitely come here and get a Park Service tour, as they will give you a great tour. And just keep chasing history.